Over 12,000 years ago, South America used to be separate from North America. When these lands combined, we had the Great American Biotic Interchange. Also known as
G.A.B.I.
Yeah, this is a paper I wrote a couple years ago on North and South America. Enjoy. Just so you know, we're going to be skipping over some of the stuff in this paper because it's just some generic information. Like how North America and South America's migration didn't start with land, but instead with fishies and birdies. But some time later, civilization had begun to evolve with Masaka people giving offerings called tunjos to the gods. Sadly, though, this didn't ever reveal the lost city. But what they did get is a revolution, and by they, I mean not Colombia, and by not Colombia, I mean the Mexicans. Incredible writing by past me. Anyways, in the 1910s, the liberals and the intellectuals started to challenge the regime, but not any regime. No. They challenged the regime of the mighty, evil, powerful, and corrupt dictator, Porfirio Diaz, also known as Mr. El Porfirio. Porfirio had been violating the principles and ideals of the Mexican Constitution. The one made in 1857, not the current one. This angered the Mexican people so much that they began to overthrow their evil, corrupt, power-hungry, foolish, harsh, other adjective dictator, Porfirio Diaz. Sometimes I just love what past me had to say. And in the 1920s, the revolution could finally come to an end after so much violence and bloodshed that would stain Mexico. But hey, at least there isn't a brutal dictator pushing the people around for an industrialized Mexico anymore, right? Well, no, but Mexico's problems continue. Oh, give me strength where I'm about to say. But at least these problems have gotten far worse and could continue to get worse. Currently, as of 2015, there's been an uppeak in disappearings, torture, drug cartels are still popular, and more violent things that I'm not going to read from this paper. Some of the police force in Mexico is so corrupt that if you mess with the wrong people, a corrupt cop could be sent to you, and then they could send you to a corrupt court. But even after many years of intense conflict, their beaches still remain bedazzling and beautiful. They still have events done at these beaches frequently. If you were to head there, you might want to start with their beaches. But beaches aren't your thing, then look no further, or you might find a war, than their incredible ruins. Take that as you will. Anyways, while you look through their ruins and walk along their beaches, you may also get something to eat. Like their, tacos. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Some context here for why I was talking about food and did not care about it. We were told to bring in a food subject for geography for every country, and I did not care. And I did not like the idea. So I insulted every country except Australia. And finally, this is something that always surprises me when I'm looking through some of my papers. I don't know why, but I just immediately ended a paper. You would think, oh, this can go on for another couple paragraphs. When is it going to end? And then it just does. And that's what just happened here. I look up, tacos. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The end. Incredible. If there's something I've learned from reading this paper, it's that I'm as sarcastic as ever, and I still have the same enthusiasm for Porfirio Diaz, and I still do not like the food of other countries. But besides that, I think this was a fun video. I enjoy talking about stories I told from when I was younger, papers I wrote from when I was younger. I think they're fun to read. I mean, I enjoyed it. Also, one last thing I wanted to mention is I have a Discord now. Thank you to Lead for making it. You can join it if you want. Bye.